I still remember the day the telegram arrived. It was a humid afternoon in Manhattan, the kind that makes the city's air hang heavy, as if it, too, was waiting for news. The message came in short, urgent bursts. "Jonathan, come at once. Lady Eleanor Whitcombe. Murdered. Monsoon Palace, Rajpur, India. You're the only one I trust." Henry Ashworth, Harvard, class of '24. He'd gone into international trade while I stayed in New York, solving the city's darker puzzles. We hadn't spoken in years, not since the incident with the Wall Street banker and the poisoned wine. If Henry was summoning me halfway around the world, it meant trouble on a scale even Manhattan couldn't provide. 3 weeks later, I was standing on the deck of the SS Victoria, watching the Arabian Sea shimmer under a sun that burned like molten brass. Ahead lay Bombay, and beyond it, Rajasthan. The Monsoon Palace rose from the desert hills like something out of a fever dream. White marble walls that caught the light in a blinding glare. Balconies shaped like lotus petals. Peacock feathers glinting in every courtyard. And far in the distance, monsoon clouds curling like dark fists across the horizon. The Maharaja of Rajpur, tall and impeccably dressed in ivory silk, greeted me with a courtly bow, but his eyes betrayed exhaustion and fear. Lady Eleanor had been found at dawn in the palace gardens, her body draped across a carved stone bench. A silver tea tray lay overturned beside her. The physician had whispered one word: cyanide. The guest list read like a society column. British colonial officers, European aristocrats, Indian royals, wealthy merchants from Calcutta and Bombay. And every single one of them had something to hide. It is a strange thing to interview the wealthy about murder. They never fear you, they only fear embarrassment. Colonel Arthur Brigham, retired British officer, claimed to have been in his quarters when Eleanor died. Yet a servant swore he had seen the colonel arguing with her under the banyan tree just hours before. Princess Amara, the Maharaja's niece, was beauty and poise incarnate. She smiled politely when I asked about her whereabouts, saying she had been in the music room all evening, but the palace gardener had found a delicate slipper print in the garden mud, a print that matched her shoes exactly. Rahul Deshmukh, a young jeweler, spoke with careful respect. He denied having sold anything to Eleanor, yet when I searched her luggage, I found a pouch containing one of his signature emerald settings. And then there was Mrs. Vera Langley, an American heiress who kept mostly to herself. No one could say exactly why she had come to Rajpur or under what name she had checked into the palace. That night, the monsoon broke. The rain came in sheets, drumming against the marble floors, trapping us all inside. While the storm raged, I examined Eleanor's silk handbag. Inside, a single playing card, the Queen of Spades. A train ticket to Bombay, dated the day after her death. A letter written in Hindi, the ink still fresh enough to smudge under my thumb. Eleanor had been planning to leave. That much was certain, and someone had made certain she never would. One by one, I spoke to them. Colonel Brigham's story cracked first. He admitted he'd spoken to Eleanor the night she died, but claimed it was over an old debt. Still, his eyes slid away when I pressed him on the details. Princess Amara kept her composure until I showed her the photograph, her and Eleanor together in Bombay, laughing on a veranda. She said it was a chance meeting. I didn't believe her. Rahul Deshmukh grew agitated when I mentioned the emerald in Eleanor's bag. He swore it had been stolen from him weeks ago. And Vera Langley? She barely flinched at my questions, but her hands trembled when I mentioned the Queen of Spades. Late on the second night, a palace servant was caught in the act of burning papers. Among the ashes, I found part of a guest list, with 2 names scratched out. In Eleanor's locked bedroom, I discovered a bottle of French perfume. Its cap was loose, and when I held it to my nose, I caught the faint, unmistakable scent of bitter almonds. Cyanide. The next evening, I requested that all guests join me in the great dining hall. Candles flickered in silver holders. The rain still lashed against the shutters. "Murderers," I began, "often forget one thing, that people remember smells. Cyanide," I explained, "smells faintly of bitter almonds. Whoever had given Eleanor the poisoned perfume knew her well enough to offer such an intimate gift." I stepped to the head of the table and placed the perfume bottle down for all to see. Its gold atomizer bore tiny scratches on the underside, scratches that matched perfectly with a travel toolkit found in one of the guests' rooms. That toolkit belonged to Mrs. Vera Langley. When confronted, she laughed once, a short, bitter sound, and then her expression hardened. She admitted everything. Her real name? Vera Whitcombe, half-sister to Eleanor. Years ago, Eleanor had manipulated their father into rewriting his will, leaving Vera penniless. She had tracked Eleanor across continents, learning her routines, waiting for the right moment. That moment came at the Monsoon Palace. The gift of perfume was wrapped and placed in Eleanor's room with a note of false affection. Vera knew Eleanor would wear it to the Maharaja's evening reception, and that, with every breath she took, she would be inhaling death. Her only mistake was not disposing of the toolkit. The palace servants had been instructed to keep it safe in her quarters, a detail Vera never anticipated would seal her fate. Every story leaves a trace. Some are lost to the past, others whisper truths no one dares to speak. If you're ready to listen, the secrets will keep unfolding. Stay tuned. This is only the beginning.